Hey folks, Kevin here. Well, it's November 17th, 2024. Nice frost early this morning. And so what I decided to do is to accomplish a couple of tasks that just have got to be done so that I can get things wrapped up for winter. Each day I try to do a little bit more getting ready for winter. So first thing I did this morning, I still had about 2/3 of a basket IBC tote of firewood out in the wood lot, and so I went out there and I finished splitting up and got almost a full IBC tote of the firewood after splitting it, and that cleared up the last of the material. So after that I decided to come over here and clean up some of the equipment that's got to be stored in the shop over the winter months. So I brought back the Wolf Ridge 35-ton wood splitter. So just got done washing this one up, getting it a little bit, because it's been off there in the forest all year long and all. So clean it up some so we can get it stored. It's probably going to get close to 50 degrees Fahrenheit today, so I thought it'd be a good day to clean this off, let it dry off out here and all. Did a little bit more work, change oil filter on the Avant 860i and cleaned out the air filters. They're still in good shape at this point, and just hosed off inside the housing there. The other day I did a thorough washing of it, and I still have to grease that up today as well. And then Buzz, the Kubota zero-turn diesel 72-inch cut lawnmower, I just pulled this out. I don't think I'll be using that again this season so far. So just pressure washed it off. I used the leaf blower first to get all the light stuff off. And the other day I had, probably a couple weeks ago, I had taken the Hulk here, the Takushi TL12 V2 track loader, and cleaned out most of the stuff. But then I went ahead and turned the leaf pile one time with it, or piled it up rather. And I still have to change the sprockets in this. I got the new sprockets. Wear and tear is a lot on here, so it had to be a nice day. So I don't foresee a prolonged period of time where I can have this outside, pull the tracks off, change the sprockets. I may have to take the rear idler off too. I don't think I have to, but I may have to. But I think I'll wait until springtime and I'll get everything set. I'll grease this up after washing it, get everything greased up. One of the swivels here for the deck, this one isn't spinning freely. It's moving a little bit too tough after they repaired it and all. So I'm going to pull that out and get that, I'll probably have to sand down some of the metal on it so that it spins more freely, then re-grease that as well. So, and then it's been every day trying to make more room in the workshop so I can get everything jam-packed in here. I got a couple of things in here so far. So I got Pepe in here, just barely fits in. Suki's in front of there and all. And then we got Optimus Maximus, the snowblower, up there as well. So we're making headway bit by bit. And I've got to do some modifications to other equipment and all. And I'll probably shoot some video of some of the modifications. But what we'll show next is some of the, just me doing the firewood out there in the IBC tote. Then I brought this over here and I just did a quick pressure washing, and we'll see what I do after that. See how things go.
The air is crisp, sweatshirt on tight, chainsaw in hand, ready for the fight. Colorful leaves still cling to the trees as they start to fall with the autumn breeze. Stacking logs in the cool fall air, Cutting firewood with leaves everywhere. With every roar, every timbered sound, I'm building warmth as they drift to the ground. Sawdust flies as the chainsaw hums. Dead ash, maple, cherry, one by one. Logs pile high, apple mixed in, preparing for the winter's chilly grin. Stacking logs in the cool fall air. Cutting firewood with leaves everywhere. With every roar, every timbered sound, I'm building warmth as they drift to the ground. Here comes the green machine, ready to roll. With the tree grabber strong, it's time to take control. Lifting those logs, stacking them high, for next season's wood under the autumn sky. Logs lined up, ready to cure, for next year's fire, the warmth is sure. The green machine hums, doing its part, preparing for winter with a steady heart. Stacking logs in the cool fall air. Cutting firewood with leaves everywhere. With every roar, every timbered sound, I'm building warmth as they drift to the ground. The woods are alive with a splash of hues. Reds, yellows, oranges, a painter's muse. No pine scent, the autumn breeze, just hardwoods falling from these sturdy trees. The day rolls on, but there's more to do. Cutting and stacking till the sky turns blue. Winter's near, but I'll be ready, with a fire that burns bright, glowing steady. Stacking logs in the cool fall air. Cutting firewood with leaves everywhere. With every roar, every timbered sound, I'm building warmth as they drift to the ground. In the heart of fall, I find my peace, working in the woodlot never cease. Through the sweat and toil, it's understood, I'm cutting firewood, stacking up the wood.
Well, it's the next day. Time got away from me. I was able to get more equipment cleaned and some maintenance work done. Got some of the equipment put in, so we got some protection for the winter months as well. Got a lot more organizing to do here in the shop and all, but have Optimus and the utility vehicle set in here, so I'm pretty happy with that. So one of the things I'm going to do today is I'm going to take the bucket off Mini-Me. That's a Kubota B2601, and I've got a dentist appointment late morning. So what I thought I'd do is, since the winds are calm right now, take the bucket off Mini-Me, put the small Land Pride grapple on it, and go and gather up some more leaves, both for covering up the figs a little bit more and for the leaf mold project and all, because it's pretty close to time that I'm going to have to turn that as well. So I'm going to get started now. So much to do, so little time to do it.
Under autumn skies, when the leaves turn gold, we gather them up, every story told. Each leaf that falls from branch to ground holds the secrets of life, where roots are found. We're gathering leaves to make the soil strong, in the cycle of life where nothing's wrong. No waste here, just nature's way, turning what's left into life's new day. With hands in the dirt, the leaves piled high, we give back to the earth, no need to buy. Mix last year's mold, dark and deep, with the crisp new leaves, the treasure we keep. We're gathering leaves to make the soil strong, In the cycle of life, where nothing's wrong, no wasting, just nature's way, turning what's left into life's new day. With hands in the dirt and leaves piled high, we give back to the earth, no need to buy. Mix last year's mold, dark and deep, with the crisp new leaves, a treasure we keep. We're gathering leaves to make the soil strong. In the cycle of life, where nothing's wrong, no waste here, just nature's way, turning what's left into life's new day. For every leaf that once caught light now feeds the soil through fall's cool night. In the compost warmth, it breaks and bends, giving life to the soil as the cycle mends. Precious soil, more than gold, in every crumb a story told. From last year's growth to the seeds we sow, the garden's future in every throw. We're gathering leaves to make the soil strong. In the cycle of life, where nothing's wrong, no waste here, just nature's way, turning what's left into life's new day. So we gather and blend, we turn and wait, with patience and care, nature creates. From leaves to earth and soil to seed, a gift from the land, all we need.
Down where the roots find their home, in the dark and lonely low, there's a world beneath our feet, where life and earth do gently meet. Soil, oh soil, you give us life, nurturing seeds, ending strife. Layers deep, horizons wide, in your arms the earth's pride. Horizon rich and brown, with leaves and life all around. Topsoils where the magic starts, a blend of life and mineral parts. Soil, oh soil, you give us life, nurturing seeds, ending strife. Layers deep, horizons wide, in your arms the earth's pride. In the E, leaching life that we can't see. Beat horizon, gather strength from minerals that sink and lay. Subsoils where the secrets hide, nutrients stored deep inside. Soil horizons, rocky bed, where parents material is spread. Soil, oh soil, you give us life, nurturing seeds, ending strife. Layers deep, horizons wide, in your arms the earth's pride. Bedrock lies inside a key, foundation strong, ancient, deep. Through your layers life sustains, earth's great treasure in your veins. Soil, oh soil, you give us life, nurturing seeds, ending strife. Layers deep, horizons wide, in your arms the earth's pride. Oh soil, we honor you for all the wonders that you you do. In every garden, field, and farm, we find our life in your embrace so warm.
Okay, time to at least cover up the leaves that I just finished gathering from the forest area. Still gotta clean this guy up. So this afternoon, well, before lunch, I went ahead and got Mini Me with the Land Pride grapple on it. Went down into one of the areas where I used to store our tomato cages and tree cages, and what I did do was I gathered up leaves from those areas and topped off the fig trees. So these leaves, I end up trying to do all I can do to insulate the fig trees so that they survive the winter in this cold temperate climate here. And after I got that finished, I decided what I'd do is I'd try and gather some more leaves. This is before I had to go to the dentist. And I started gathering some leaves, and then the wind picked up while I was gone. And but I came back and got more leaves from the forest out in the wood yard area, alongside of where the wood yard is. And so I decided, since it's been windy, to try and do all I can do to get these leaves somewhat covered up with some of the material that's already started to break down here. We need some rain in order to be able to do a good job with breaking all this down. It is starting to decompose. You can see by the what looks like steam. It's not steam, of course. The moisture in the air as I'm trying to turn this pile somewhat. If it weren't windy, I would be mixing up, spending more time actually mixing this up better. But I think because of the amount of wind, and I just don't want to lose any more leaves like I did the other day during the really high windstorm. And every time I turn it, it is going to help mix up the material. Actually, just go over here and move. Moved some leaves down here. I think it was yesterday I moved some down here as well, and I used the green machine to at least put a little bit of this material on top of it while I was working. I was working in the wood yard and doing a bunch of cleaning projects as well, cleaning up the equipment. always got to be thinking about this stuff here, the beautiful soil that we're going to create here for next season. Mixing and using leaf matter to create leaf mold has been a pretty significant topic on our channel. Really nice to see so many people are aware of it and do this, and some people are just learning about it for the first time. What I used to do is I used to take my pickup truck, load up the 12-foot dump trailer, and go into town every year this time, and go back and forth multiple times, bringing home bags and bags and bags of leaves. I started shooting videos about it back in 2012. I think it was 2012, around 2010 to 2012, somewhere's in there. And I didn't really emphasize it very much at that time, so it didn't get a lot of hits. But certainly nowadays it seems like it's a very popular topic. Back, I used to get wood chips from the town as well years ago, because when the municipalities, our power company, would hire services to come along the power lines and trim trees, because we live in an area where all the power lines are above ground and strung from telephone poles, and well, all of those workers needed to have a place to dump all the wood chips, and they used to dump them at our town garage. And I noticed that pile down there one day, and I asked the highway supervisor, geez, is it possible for me to come down and get some loads of the wood chips? And they were delighted, because they just created monster piles and you know, trees and all different materials, leaves and all, and they ended up having to burn them. And to me, that was a terrible sin, and they were delighted to see that somebody could actually use them. Since then, I think other people have been going there and getting them as well. I haven't been there in a couple of years because I didn't want to use my truck, 21-year-old truck, to keep hauling the dump trailer on a regular basis, going back and forth. So that will change if there's opportunities to get more wood chips and all, because I love the wood chips. We really appreciate the tree service that we've got that comes and delivers wood chips. Even though they're not the best chips, they are chips. Of course, when you pick these up off the forest floor with all the wind storms and all of the dead trees that we got, there's a lot of branches and all in there from from the limbs of the trees that fell in the forest, which I have not had the chance to pick up and clean up. But so they're in this leaf pile as well. And so we just sort through it, rocks or whatever is in there, we just sort through it when it's, after this breaks down, and it makes absolutely a fantastic soil amendment. And then when you mix this with compost, well, it's the way of top dressing our permanent raised beds. We use it for our potting mix for all our trees and bushes in our nursery. Now, we should be getting some rain this week, and I'd love to be able to come down here and in the midst of a good rain, after having one good rain and then in the midst of another rain, I'd really like to be able to come down here and turn this pile again. So some of the leaves we'll lose, but a lot of them will turn out just fine. Well, it's been a busy couple of days here on the homestead, the farm, getting as much done as we can get done. Started off yesterday splitting some firewood and cleaning up the pieces of equipment, trying to get things ready for winter time, and then trying to work inside of the workshop, making more space to get equipment stored in there during our winter months. Last few years the winters have been really mild, but we're due for a doozy, so it's always important to do what we can do. We've had some significant windstorms since we took the leaf mold, the leaves from this pile that was originally here. When I say originally, I mean for the last couple of weeks. And I took a lot of the leaves and created an insulation blanket over the fig trees along one of the living fences. And then we had some big windstorms after that. So a lot of those leaves got blown away. A lot of the leaves that were here got blown into the forest as well. So after doing the cleanup and that sort of thing, I decided this morning to come out with Mini-Me and the little Land Pride grapple and grab leaves from a storage area over here where I store some equipment, and we put that and raise up the level of the fig trees, so we put more insulation on it. And a lot of them will blow away, but you know, as much as we can insulation blanket around all those fig trees, because this is a cold temperate climate. The figs aren't native to this area, so they aren't going to survive the winter unless we take these extra precautions when they're kept outdoors. So then I went into the forest and grabbed some more leaves, piled them up over here. This pile was just right here, and I decided to mix it up some. There is some heat being generated in there now. And this will break down to a pile about half this size in the springtime. But if the weather permits and we get some rain, I'd really like to keep mixing this up, because these leaves are going to, the more that we're able to get the leaf mold from previous areas, and when by gathering it up in the forest in there, a lot of the material that's just beneath the leaf layer from this spring is nice, beautiful leaf mold. So each scoop that I put up here is sort of inoculated as well with it, and then we have all of the material that we are mixing it with, including weeds, including compost, and all of that. So we're going to have some nice soil next year, as long as I can get this to the point where not too much of it blows away. And down in here it's a little bit better. We're protected more than where the fig trees are in other areas, but the winds can really kick up down here as well. So that's it for today and yesterday's video. Just trying to show you some of the things that we're doing, getting ready for winter, and of course this is getting ready for next spring and summer as well. Trying to capitalize on what nature gives us, and do the necessary steps in order to make things work out well for creating more soil eventually. So if you have any comments or questions, please leave them below. I hope you stay safe, take good care of yourselves, and have a good evening. Take care now, or morning, wherever you are. Bye-bye.